Okay, now the Christmas planner is set up, I just want to give you a quick run through of everything that we have in the ultimate Christmas planner. So these are all the pages included. So obviously we have the front page and the name page, and then we have our sections. So the first section is organisation. So in here we have some monthly planners. Then we have a goals and intentions worksheet. And then we have monthly task lists for October, November, December. I mean, these have things like creating your meal plan, when to buy cards and stamps, when to set up your wrapping station. We have buying thank you cards, doing a deep clean of the house. Plus there's room to add in your own task lists. Then we have the weekly plans, and these are from the middle of November going through all the way to the last week of December. And then we also have a blank template one if you want to use this and date it yourself. Then we have the daily schedules for the big days, and these are broken up into half-hour segments. So Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, New Year's Eve, as well as a template version where you could put in your own date. We have the wrapping station checklist on all the supplies we need to buy and any notes and ideas to put in there. We have a party planner, and then we have a generic notes page. Again, you can print as many of these out as you wish and add those in. A checklist template and a to-do list. In the budget section, we have a general budget table. We have an expenses tracker, and then we have a financial plan, and we've got two versions, one that we have started to pre-fill out for you to give you an idea on how to use it, and then a blank template version where you can plan for what you need to spend money on, what your budget is, and then keeping track of how much is spent. And then finally we have a meal budget planner. The next section is activities. So this is the fun section. This is where we get to plan and get inspired on all the fun things we want to do this festive season. So we have an activities list with movies we want to watch, books to read, songs to play, traditions that we want to keep. We've got an advent calendar ideas. This is great if you want to do one of those advent calendars where you pick an activity for each day. We've got a bucket list page, places to visit, food and drink to try, things to do, things to make. We've got a photo checklist for Christmas Day, as well as a blank version. We have an events list to help you keep track of events you want to go to or been invited to, and if you've RSVP'd or booked them. We have a memories template. So this is something you could print several versions out for different members of the family or for your friends, and something you can reflect back on, look back at, read in years to come. We have a traditions worksheet, so you can list some of your old traditions that you like to do every single year, and then maybe think through and brainstorm any new traditions you'd like to start. We have a crafts planner page, a crafts to make list page. We have a kindness tracker. We really like to focus on spreading kindness during the festive season. And we think something like this creates a really intentional way of thinking about acts of kindness on a daily basis, especially around Christmas. Then we have the Elf on the Shelf planner. So we have an ideas page if you'd rather just use the ideas. There it is every single day. You can flip through and get your elf ready. Or you've got a blank template where you can add in your own ideas. We have an epic Christmas movies to watch checklist, and then we have a checklist version that is blank for you to fill out with your favourites. And then we're on to the food section. So for food, arguably one of the best bits of Christmas, although to be honest, I'm probably going to say that about everything with Christmas. Everything is the best bit of Christmas. So the first page is, again, a place for you to brainstorm ideas. So meals to plan for, the recipes that we love, the recipes we'd like to try, and where to get food and supplies. baking we'd like to do, any edible gifts, drinks, any other ideas. Now we love this page in particular because December gets super hectic. So this is a December meal plan, and if you can see, I might bring it a bit closer, we have breakfast, lunch and dinner for every single day in December. Of course things happen and we want to be flexible and adaptable, but being able to plan ahead is a really great way of trying to fit in all those delicious things you want to eat in December, if anything else, let alone taking away the stress of having to think of a meal on each day. We also have a week meal planner for Christmas week. And as you can see, we have the dates for Monday the 20th of December through to Sunday the 26th. This tends to be the most hectic week for people, especially if you've got family, you've got guests visiting, to get an idea of, at a glance, what all your meals are going to be. This is going to be super useful. And then we have a meal planner template, so which meal you're making for. This could be anything over the Christmas period, and you can pop in all the ideas for each dish that you want to make for the meal. We have a cooking schedule template. We use this every single year, especially on Christmas Day. You need to work backwards. So what time is the meal going to be served at? So say it's 2 p.m, and then you need to work backwards when you need to get the turkey in and the roast potatoes, how long it's going to take to do each step, and who's going to do it, because it is definitely something you want all hands on deck in the kitchen, someone to help you peel the potatoes. We have a list of baking, so any recipes you want to try out, a grocery list checklist, an equipment checklist, and then we've got this beautiful Christmas menu template which you can fill out as many times as you want to share at your meal. The next section is gifts. So first of all, we have a gifts template. So list any of the ideas you've got for each person you need to buy for, shop or website it's from, and the price. Then we have a gifts tracker. Now with the gifts section, I will say you might not necessarily want to or need to use all the templates, but depending on how you think and who you've got to buy for and how many people you have to buy for, choose the relevant page for you. So this is a gifts tracker. This is for inspiration, the ideas, and then this is who and what you've actually bought for. Tick when you've bought it and then tick when you've wrapped it. Especially if you're buying for a lot of people, this can be really useful for helping keeping you on track of what has been bought and as well as what's been wrapped. This is useful, this gifts tracker, because it's by person, so you can put in the person's name and then if you're buying several gifts for them and then whether you've wrapped them or not. Again, just slightly different ways of thinking through tracking gifts. Again, similar structure for the stocking stuffers. If you're doing stockings, anything you buy for the gifts there, how much it cost and what you bought and when you've bought it. Then we have a homemade gift planner. So this is a sheet to help you think through any ideas for homemade gifts, where you've got the idea from, any materials you need to get, and then help you keep track of when you've completed it and when you've wrapped it. We have an online shopping tracker. Then we have a wish list, because often when especially if you're a person that organises all the Christmas things, we can forget about ourselves. So take the time to write your own wish list. Again, print as many of these as you like and hand them out around the family to get an idea of what everyone would like and also what they're into. So we've got this lovely favourite section. So even if they're not really sure what they need or if they want anything for Christmas, getting an idea of their favourites is a great way to help you get inspired and buy gifts that you know people are going to want. Then we have a gifts received tracker. So who you've received a gift from, what they bought you, and then if you've sent them a thank you note. And then at the back here, we have the Christmas card checklist. So make the list of everyone you're sending cards to and tick when you've written that card. Again, with the address book, print as many as you need for this. It's a really good place to keep everybody's address. The next section is for decor. So the first page is to help you brainstorm your ideas for decorations this year. So colour, style, theme, the rooms to decorate, etc. And then do any sketching and ideas here. We recommend doing an inventory of the decorations that you already have. any ornaments or decorations that you've already have, where they're going to go, how many you've got, and then you start to get an idea of what you're missing and anything that you need to buy. Then we have the decor planner, again another way of planning through what decorations and how you want to decorate each room and area of your home. And then we have a decor checklist of anything that you want to buy or to make, and a checklist to let you know when you've bought them. So the next section is for guests. Now, it can get quite stressful and hectic when you have guests, especially overnight guests, and we want the home to be nice and we want to feel on top of everything so that you're not running around frazzles at the last minute. So we've created this epic list of things to do before overnight guests come to stay, as well as making a blank template for you to add in any of your own personal tasks. We have this overnight guests tracker, and I've just realised probably should have done this the other way to make that easier to write, but so on this, turn this way. So this is a really nice way of tracking who's coming to stay and when, any sleeping arrangements, any dietary requirements. And I also think it's really nice to make a note of any guest's favourite food or drink, as I also include another page on guest food preferences. So this is for the first one's for overnight guests, but this you might have day guests. And I always think this is a great way to refer back to in future if you've got an idea of what people can and can't eat, so if they have allergies or intolerances, but also making a note of their favourites, because how special does that make someone feel when you've remembered something that they really love to eat or drink. So cleaning can be another overwhelming task. It really helps to break these things down. So with all these task lists, I recommend using the checklist to keep track, and then move some of those tasks onto the weekly schedule so that you can keep track and break down each of the tasks and errands that need to be done without feeling overwhelmed. So we've got a deep clean checklist, a cleaning planner, which again you can print as many of these as you want and write down the tasks that need to be done for each room. We have a cleaning schedule, print as many as you need. I haven't dated these, so you can work out which room or which task you want to do on each day. And then we have the Santa section. In the Santa section, we have a kids wish list to help them think through what they might want, what they need, what they would wear, what they would read. We've got this lovely section of where we ask them what their favourites are, again to help you be inspired and be creative with what you gift them this year. And then the favourite things about Christmas, which I think is a really lovely way to help children be intentional and grateful and excited for the season ahead. And then we have two versions of a letter to Santa, depending on whether you call him Santa or Father Christmas. And this is aimed at younger children, just as a prompt and a letter that they can send to the big guy. And then we have From the Desk of Santa Claus. So we have a pre-written letter from Santa Claus, as well as a blank version if you prefer to write your own. And then again, the same thing, but from Father Christmas, pre-written and a template. And the final section is the bonus section. And this only comes with the ultimate Christmas planner. And in this section, we have the 2022 notes worksheet. So this I recommend filling out after Christmas, at end of December, beginning of January, and really reflect on how this festive season went for you, what went well, what was special, and then what didn't go well and what you would do differently. This is really nice to then reflect on next year when you're doing your planning for 2022, what you would like to do again and what you would like to focus on, any mistakes or anything that you'd like to fix so that next year is even better. Then we also have this beautiful page of the famous poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," just a little something to read out to your family on Christmas Eve. It's something we love to do. You could even put this up, you could frame it, or it's just something nice and inspirational to read as you're doing your Christmas planning. And then the final thing is the morning routine worksheet. So in the festive season, things can get super hectic. We can be really stressed and overwhelmed. And I think it's really important, especially if you're the person that's doing a lot of the organisation, to give yourself some time to feel centred and grounded. And I think there's something very special about creating a morning routine that works for you. So spend some time, maybe half an hour or so, going through the prompts on this worksheet to figure out what would work for you, how could you create your ideal morning routine over the festive season. And then looking back through the worksheet, you can fill out your ideal routine. Now, obviously, this is going to change day to day, depending on any dependents you have or commitments, but just having something you can refer back to that helps you maybe pick out a few things you can do each morning that helps you enjoy all the festivities and joyfulness this winter. And the last thing is this plastic wallet, which is where I'm going to put any of the receipts that I collect over this year. So there we have it. That is a quick run through of the Ultimate Christmas Planner. The next task is to customize it. Now, of course, you can keep it as is. The pages are functional and I think they're high quality and they're lovely to look at. But if you want to personalize them, like I'm going to do now, I've picked up these beautiful stickers from Hobbycraft and I've got some of my washi tape, like so. And I'm just going to customize some of the sections and the pages to just make it more fun and enjoyable to use and play with day to day. So this is our customized folder. We've flipped through it so you know what's involved, what's in the folder, and some of the pages we've left free, which we will adapt over time, and others we've added things like washi tape and some stickers, just to make it a bit more personalised and pretty. If you're any good at drawing, do some doodling, draw some festive pictures. And yeah, so that is our Ultimate Christmas Planner, over 100 pages as a digital download PDF, which you can print as soon as you receive it. Pick out the pages or the sections that work best for you, customize them, and use them in a way that brings planning and organizational joy. I know sometimes that can feel a bit overwhelming, but I promise you, if you spend just a little bit of time every single day, just on a couple of small tasks, that will build over time and make the entire December a lot easier and smoother running. So if you would like to buy the Ultimate Christmas Planner, go to christmasphere.com/Christmas Planner. I will put the link on the screen here and you can check for the links in the description box if you're viewing this video on YouTube. If you want to be an early bird in the first 2 weeks of the planner being on sale, there will be a 20% discount. Head to the links that are shared below or on the website for more details. That's it from now. We hope you have a festive period that is as stress-free and full of joy as possible. Have a great one and we will see you real soon.